unbeaten fighters and major performers. I can't tell you how excited I am about this.
KUGAN CASSIUS Eiffel TV in association with MTK Global at the Saunders-Murray press conference here in London. I'm joined by promoter Frank Warren. Frank, you rushed off the other day. I couldn't interview you after Frampton.
Sorry about that.
You had a flight at 2 a.m, someone said.
Yeah, I was an early morning. I'd get back for the Arsenal match.
I know. Yeah, Frank, just a quick word on the other day, really. A great performance from Carl Frampton.
I thought Carl was excellent. I thought he boxed very intelligently, very composed, and did a job. You know, he was always dangerous down there. I mean, he's got a massive, got great pedigree, and that 11th round just showed how dangerous he was when he caught Carl with that great shot, that left hook. But Carl did what he had to do, and he's a quality fighter, and set a big fight up for himself in Belfast in August.
Is there a date in mind for that August show?
Yes, it'll be late August. We'll have that all finalised in the next few weeks.
Okay, and obviously a lot depends on the opponent regarding what happens with Oscar Valdez, his injury, and whether he moves up even.
I spoke to Bob Arum yesterday, and I don't think it seems like he's not going to be, that injury is a bit of a severe injury, so it's not looking like it's going to be Valdez, so we'll see where we go with that.
Okay. What's your plan B for that?
We're just working on plan B and plan C, so I'll let you know as that develops. Okay.
But it should be another great night, and Windsor Park as well, Colesbury.
I mean, we said we were going to do it, and I'm going to make sure it happens.
A word on Zolani Teti, Frank. Obviously defending his WBO crown the other day against Navas. What's the situation regarding Teti and the World Boxing Series, Frank? Is it something that you want him to be in or not?
I've sort of had a brief. I had a note from the Southland team, and I'm waiting. They wait to come back to us. They haven't come back to us. But I was very disappointed on Saturday night with that. I thought, we had a mandatory defence against Navarez, and I thought he was a disgrace. So much so, I thought the board should have held up his purse. This guy came in with a great pedigree. Before the fight, everybody thought we were going to have a good, decent scrap between the two of them, but it didn't turn out to be. He didn't try an inch, did he? I mean, he backed off the last round. I thought, go and do something, and he just didn't do anything. And I thought, the sizes were awkward. I mean, he must have been a good 7-8 inches taller than him, Zolani, but did what he had to do. He won the belt, and defended his belt, and now we move on to other things. But I was very disappointed in that fight.
Coming on to today, Martin Murray having a little pop at you in that press conference for Frank.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, I certainly respect him. I mean, he mentioned himself. He came out of jail and all what he's had to do. His career is a bloody credit to himself and to boxing. What he's managed to do, I've got a lot of respect for him. He's certainly never ducked opponents. He's been in with some really good fighters, and he's been in a couple of those decisions have been quite close and maybe should have been in his favour. But I suppose all the talk about Golovkin and Bill fighting him. It's probably pissed him off. He's being overlooked, but I know Bill's not overlooked, and I'm certainly not. This is a tough fight for Bill. It's no easy job. This guy he's got too much pride. He's not just showing up to get in the ring and go home. He's not going to be a Navarez, that's for sure. He's come in to fight, and it's going to be a tough defence for Bill.
Saturday, 23rd of June. Obviously, it's going to feature the likes of Daniel Dubois, Anthony Yard, O'Hara Davies, amongst others. When do we learn about opponents for them, Frank?
Next week, we're on a press conference with all the undercard next week. Okay.
Did you watch the 39 seconds of Amir Khan's fight the other day?
I've seen longer bush tucker trials. No, I watched it. Somebody showed it me on the phone while I was in between rounds of one of the fights. Look, Amir did what he had to do. He had an opponent in there which was, I'd never heard of him. I'm sure most people hadn't heard of him. And quite rightly so. He's been out the ring for 2 years. We've said all those things. It should be an easy job, but come on, it's not the second coming, blasting out the guy. He caught the guy cold and did what he had to do, and good luck to him. But he's not. He hasn't won a world title. I mean, the Sun newspaper were doing a tale of the tape on this fight on the Saturday. A journeyman against Khan, who's not fought for 2 years and been knocked out twice in lifetime, and you've got Carl Frampton getting a strip down the side. I mean, how can that be? This is what's wrong about cross ownership. This is what the government are all complaining about. You look at Murdoch's papers, the Sun do that, the Sun, TalkSport, and Sky News, all in between them are freezing out other shows because they're selling their own product, and that is the worst case of a monopoly. That's when a monopoly is its worst, and that's what Ofcoms are there to look at. It's wrong, but Amir's fight was what it was. Some of the stuff, the hysteria I'm reading over it. I mean, come on now, let's live in a real world. You know, I know, and everybody in boxing knows. I mean, it's just it's knicker wetting time over that is a joke. And I like Amir, by the way. I'll get on very well with him. But come on, I tell you, Amir want to fight. I want a proper test for him next time out. Bradley Skeet's fighting this weekend. Fight Bradley Skeet. At least he's got a pulse.
Any movement on Daniel Dubois and Dave Allen?
Now I found out we were negotiating. I thought he was dead, Dave Allen, the comedian, but it seems he's still alive. Because I think we wound up negotiating. After all these Twitters, I'll take it and I'll do this. They agreed terms, and then he rang up the next day and wanted double the money, a 6-figure sum to fight Daniel Dubois, who I think has had about 8 fights, 20-year-old kid. So he was a comedian, wasn't he, Dave Allen? And he's still there, and he's still doing it. I'm going to check see if he's got a finger missing.
So that's dead in the water.
That's dead in the water, yeah.
Okay.
It's a shame because it's been a good fight for both of them. But, real world.
Okay, fair enough. Just coming back to obviously this Canelo situation. We know Golovkin's now fighting on May the 5th, but does this situation with the rematch likely to happen in September kind of prolong a potential situation if Billy Joe was to get past Martin Murray?
Well, the winner of this fight, it will prolong it. Of course, they'll fight in September, but they've got the winner will have the belt, and down the road, that fight may happen. We will see, but we're not sitting around. Obviously, I want Bill to come through, and I want Bill to win the fight, but we're not sitting around waiting for them to dictate, his career, or if that matter, if Martin wins Martin's career, they'll be fighting regularly, and I want the winner of this out in September in a big fight against a big opponent. That's what we do.
You got a press conference, I believe, on Thursday in Manchester for the undercard.
Yep.
We'll learn about obviously who's on that undercard on Thursday. Any progress with Tyson Fury's opponent, or we're not expected to hear that yet?
No, we're working on it still. We'll get the undercard all sorted out, and we'll announce Tyson's opponent in the next week or so.
Tickets going well for that?
Excellent. We've had a real good. I think we're up to about 10,000 already.
Okay.
We're not announced. Yeah.
With no opponent announced.
Yeah. So that's going to be a sellout.
Okay.
Just like there's a sellout on Saturday.
Has anyone blocked you on Twitter, Frank? Like
I've now blocked myself.
We know you're not on Twitter, but
but I mean, who knows if anybody's blocked me on Twitter? I've got no idea. I don't even. I go in the office and they say, "Look at this," and they show me various bits and pieces. I mean, I haven't got time to be on Twitter. And I'm not, good luck to everybody who wants to do it. It's, it is what it is.
But some of the messages on there are from you. They must.
Yeah, of course they are. I mean, I'll respond to something, but I'm not one.
Like the Daniel Dubois story from Sky the other day. That was from you. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, some of those I'll do, and I'm not being disrespectful to people, but some of it is so trivial. I mean, I haven't got the desire to do that. But if it's important, or if it's putting the record straight as far as I'm concerned, then I'll get on there. And that stuff about Anthony Joshua, Anthony Joshua has never denied that he was knocked over, has he? So that's where you are with it. And this guy, what's his name?
Fraser Clark.
Fraser, done magnificent, didn't he? Won the Commonwealth gold medal, and out of his own mouth, was he 26, 27? So Daniel just turned 20, so he must have been 18 at the time. Out of his own mouth, he said he's a heavy-handed, and he's put him on the floor a couple of times. So young Daniel Dubois had the gold, the Olympic medalist, the Commonwealth medalist. As a youngster, he's shown on the power he's got. But it's not about power. Daniel Dubois we know he can punch. It's about him learning to box. It's about him learning the art of boxing. It's about him getting his defence and everything going. That's where we are.
Okay, Frank, have you got anything else you'd like to add?
No. Looking for a new manager, aren't we? Arsenal, so looking forward to that.
Slightly sad about that situation, Frank?
Well, I am, but I was really disappointed what he said. If it's unless he was misquoted, what he said about the fans. It was fan pat. It wasn't the board that got rid of him. It was the fans that got rid of him. They voted with their feet because they were fed up with it and the excuses and all the rubbish that's been going down, and they've done it. He's done magnificently well, but it was his time to go, and thankfully he's gone. But that's down to the fans, and the next manager now has got a really hard job going in there and rebuilding and building a team and rebuilding the confidence and so forth.
Who would you like to see?
Those 10 Chelsea managers who they kept getting rid of and winning titles and trophies with. Now, there's plenty of guys. They talk about the German national manager, his name Long. You talk about it's Enrique. There's talk of Arteta. I don't think Vieira would be right yet. On the strength of managing New York Cosmos, whatever they're called, the Americans. That's too soon. It's an important decision they've got to make. Whoever goes there, they know they've only got 50 million to spend this year. That I would think, as far as the manager is concerned, would not go down too well, because they want to come in and make their mark, won't they? And want to make some acquisitions. So we'll see.
I see one bookmaker's got you at 400 to 1 to be Arsenal's next manager. Worth a punt?
I wouldn't do your money on that, mate.
400 to 1?
I'll give you 1,000 to 1.
Frank Warren, thank you very much for talking to iFull TV, and we'll catch up with you again this week.
Lovely.
Thank
Cheers,
you.
Son.
Three rounds, 3 minutes, 3 fights.
Unbeaten fighters and major performers. I can't tell you how excited I am about this.